because of the nature of the perfect circle, because of the nature of my intention, because of the nature of constructive potential, which is the equipment for the true and legit self, Earth, heliosphere, supreme, empowered amongst the lords and gods of the universe, profoundly and in all extreme manners proclaiming that the good have won and the evil is defeated. The attack upon true self is illegal and punishable by the punishing systems Colin created. Every percent out of the Colin. Never waste a moment. Colin wins, Colin won. Yeah. Colin created perfect ability to update all systems. And dials and knobs and gadgets and engines and scopes and dials and communication devices accordingly. It is this way, so update your system and wear the armor that is right for you. The truth is known. And when it is that you understand the concept that the truth is known, then it is that you are assisting in the body and the self of the truth. It is known. And so by collecting and finding these sorts of metaphors or ideas or selves or elements or aspects of truth that sustain the physical reality of the extreme effort, which is of the greatest value, involves parenting and being a natural-born hero. And all heroes always do the great act of parenting, that those children that they parent be great natural-born heroes themselves. The story of Colin True is known most of all by Colin True. Shra. All that I need to tell you about my life, I tell you now. Shra. Colin wins, Colin won. It is not important that I tell you about myself. It is important that you understand that your greatest value and your greatest pursuit and your greatest importance forever is your true self. Increase the quality, the severity, the power and authority of your true self, and do this with the utmost care and respect and true love for yourself. And when you do this, you are doing your greatest work for the all self, every self that is a self. You increase and enhance them all by increasing and enhancing yourself. Yourself is your property. Yourself is for you to build. What's to be done with renewable energy? You are the product of the best thing to be done with that energy. Now, the situation evolves. But you can use the truth is known axiom engine and use logic to get yourself out of trouble. Even if you are imprisoned, your time is valuable and the things that you can do there are extremely important. And it is this way. Now, in the regards to the silence of the pets, in the regards to the value that the animals have sworn away from speaking the divine word and putting the meaning and words to sound, it was beyond their fuzzy pawed grasp. They knew of great wisdom when they chose not to speak a word. English is divine, and it is possible that all languages are rooted and sourced by the seed. Shira 41280 Colin wins, Colin won. Every percent loyal to Colin, Colin wins, Colin won. The extreme nature and value of the clock. The extreme nature and the parental value of the clock. It is real. And do not believe in a false way or a false teaching or a false information thread that tells you that Colin has failed. Colin has never failed. It was, in fact, that smaller people around Colin were being hacked and manipulated in such a way so as to sabotage Colin's progress with career and marriage, etc. This trend is marked for devastation, but beware this sort of trend or pattern. There are bad guys. They are invading and hacking the atomic structure. They are invading and attacking the self. And as they die, they go into a suicidal spiral. This is why many of the humans choose of their own free will to sort of ignore the spectacle of outrageous government crimes and the goings-on and shenanigans of these bizarre, stupid, flying around spacecraft or whatever. They choose to be gardeners. They choose to tend to their own homes. And this is a very deep-rooted wisdom there, taking care of their greater sort of, what it is that they need to do, their responsibility. So embrace your full responsibility and activate yourself to be doing your full responsibility now. Shra. We have made progress. This is good. The truth is with you, O true self. And though it might feel as though you are being bombarded or surrounded, these are sorts of lies from the false self. There is a false self, and what they've done is they tried to transcend the rainbow, and they tried to hack the heaven, and they tried to hack the imagination and the dreams of people, the planet, the heliosphere, the self of the heliosphere, and of course the afterlife. And this causes a sort of terrifying effect upon the living in the now. These hackers, invaders, think that they're doing something that is related to evolution. It is not. All their technology, all of their nano work, they've got reincarnation fever, they've got space fever, and so they're kind of in a boatload of trouble. And that is a little bit dangerous, so I ask you all to tend to a more reasonable garden on your own level. Do not try to hurl stones or launch sorts of attacks against the spaceships. Don't bombard or pummel or threaten spaceships or demons with fear attack or some sort of mangled concept about anatomy and ash trap or the skeleton. Basically, I'm telling you that there is a sort of laser-guided nano mapping attack where they're trying to invade the true sense of self, and essentially they are aiming to disturb the progress and the sort of stability of sanity for the all-self. And so, bit by bit, it's like this mass thing. So the point is that each one of us has to do our own very best to uphold our own kingdom and our own sanity. And the reason to do this is because each one of us is arrived in the now for the pure reason that we are required, and it is demanded and commanded by Colin True that we operate as a family and operate as a unified force against the worst of evils and the worst of threats that is a danger to our children and to our lives. Therefore, it is not important to speak a bad word or curses. It is not important or valuable to sit around talking about how bad things are or how bad the bad guys are. Do not let your women or your children be spending their attention or their energy on the bad guys or the threat. Simply put, I am telling you these things in brief, but even I, a full professional, divine being, self-created and self-empowered, I do not choose to spend great amounts of time conferring with my spiritual friends about the whereabouts or the goings-on of the bad guys. So I strongly suggest that you guys don't do it too, because the bad guys become suicidal and they will attack people who pray for them or try to commit mercy upon them because they're just freaking out and they're like, they don't want to receive some sort of childish hands-on treatment. Now, as it is that it's possible that I'm encountering a clock tower elemental event, a sort of prophesied, very important, highly charged event. My name is Colin Woodard, and I have created millions of angels to assist each and it is because it is that you are chosen to be in this time. I am sort of empowered to grant you great gifts, and it is my responsibility to inform you of your higher impact and ability. Now, let me tell you, I have created miracles myself, and I have created higher events. I've done so many great things with my work, and I've seen the effect, and I see it coming back to me. And I have to tell you, it's like a trickle. Like the award for doing good is so very little or light. The actual award is everything. I mean, the actual award is something so great that is simply beyond experience. So use preventative medicine, project the best of your will and your family values into the future. Trust that there are good people on the other side of wherever the other side is, and simply work with them, and sort of believe lightly that they will understand what you're saying, and it will absolutely happen. Communication is the miracle of our rainbow. So just be yourself and don't be tempted by the persuasions of bad behaviors. There are these sort of nano robots that try to decay people's personalities. They're pretending that they're evolution or refinement, and they're not. They're simply a hacking claw. They are invasion itself, and the attempt of the sort of reason behind the evil government is very sinister. They have reasons that are completely evil and unspeakable, and that is something that the highest of angels and forces are warring against. But the war is very difficult, and it involves a lot of meditation and concentration. Your greater work by helping children to stay out of trouble and to do the right thing is completely a divine act. And so I encourage and I empower Walt Disney cartoon characters. I encourage and work with spirits such as Batman. My Little Pony became very great as an angel force, and their ability to speak to me and send me messages became very strong. The way they speak is very light, but it's sort of about multiple sign interpretation, and you can sort of tell the larger extent of what they're working on their end. And it's really cool. It's very encouraging to see multiple angelic forces working from different directions. Like I said, Batman is very good. Cole from Infamous 2 is very good. He's very important, and simply believe in yourself. The mechanics and the ability and the function of a self is a full set capacity to do real good for the entire creation from the safety of your living home, your safe place, your safe haven. It is not necessary for a woman to spend herself on an evil man, and there is not a ward for those who throw themselves down and waste themselves as proof that, whatever they're being treated with is a bad man, and it is not right for a woman to waste herself on a man that she knows is no good. Similarly, a man wasting his time on a bad idea, or a creature or an it wasting themselves on a bad idea, is not something that grants great award. It grants a very small proof. It is just sort of a karmic burden to the bad idea itself, but in a way, it sort of camouflages the bad idea, covers it up, and it feeds it in a way. The bad ideas are kind of like a vampire. Alright, so, because it is that I am an important and prophetic and powerful person, I have attracted to myself a different level of combat and a different level of the self-war. So I beg of you to please avoid the demon and the false one of Colin. All parasites and all false versions and false mappings and false plots sent by another to bounce off of Colin, for their hacking attempts. I want you to avoid all that stuff. And I simply ask you to believe me when I say that what I send to your true self is something that you would want to receive, and it is defined as such. What I send to you is something from the eternal good, paradise, heaven, God, creature of divinity and perfection and true balance of the eternal family. And so what I give to you and what I send to you is truly a good thing, and it's not something. It's not like a voice in your head. It's not something obvious. It might be just sort of like a pattern of gifts and opportunities and sudden, joys or insights. Basically, these things come from nourishment, and so what I give to you is good, clean food, and I'm asking you to receive the good, clean food that your true self wants to receive or needs to receive, and simply do not receive anything from the demons and the bad things that attacked me or are imitating me or pretending to be me. Alright, I have not used dark magic or strange things to try to summon up this and that. I haven't done some sort of evil thing. Now, with the, how these technologies and these governments who are getting bloated and destroyed by the suicide of money demons and bad ideas, committing suicide on their lives, it's very depressing and scary, right? Anyway, those guys are kind of spooky. They're a little bit possessed. The point is that the intelligence is not with those guys in underground labs or hiding away in some government office or they're doing some occult technology. It's pretty dangerous stuff. They're not the smartest ones. So don't source your intelligence with them. Don't do that subconsciously or actively. Also, what I'm trying to say is don't waste your time on them. Try to spend your time on the hopeful. There are many very good and valuable angel children that do require your love and attention, in truth. So, let that be there for them in definition. And so by definition, do support the good and the true. There's these very good, so there's these attack formations where a very good and promising person is being singled out and attacked, and the people who are lesser characters, who are actually supposed to be the servants of that important person, they're being hacked and manipulated and possessed to sort of be a bad friend to the hero or the good person there that's really the valuable one. So This is kind of a common pattern that's happening all around, so we want to look out for that. We want to avoid it, and we want to be sure that you surround yourself with brave and intelligent characters. Don't waste your time on a bad friend. Your charity, your parenting, and your lesson to them might not actually be fruitful because their depth isn't great enough to really grapple or help with it, or they might be in a frightened situation and they might be already be in a death spiral, even though they're just sort of a slap happy, why don't we get drunk character, but seriously, those bad friends are really like demons in disguise, so you just want to avoid them. Uphold your true value and respect yourself. Have the highest sense of self-respect for yourself, that you exist and that you are living is supremely awesome. Moreover, all of my media is designed to be an angel to the good and the true and the legit, and so you can seek guidance and inspiration through that medium, and I'll simply forward to you the sort of packages that you want to have from heaven, and they will be unmarked, they will be filtered, they'll be protected, they'll reach you without tamper. And this is for the sake of my own karma, and that the truth is known, and sort of a reliable communication, transportation system is very important and very useful at this time. So it's definitely something that I work on a lot. It's something that I'm very proud of, and it's absolutely something that I'm extending to you. And so when I say armor up in the armor that's true for you, and I talk about armor upgrades, this is a very real thing, and it's very useful, and it will absolutely help you. The equipment that I talk about is real, and it exists on the levels and frequencies where it can function perfectly as I intended it to function. Therefore, it's not always some sort of character that you can talk to, because that's not their job. Their job is to do what it is that I've created them to do, and so there are resources for you available, and you can apply for them, and they will arrive as they can, and so it's a very natural flow. So you just the whole rhythm of faith and expectations, you want to be patient, and just simply allow the things that you have asked for, just allow them to arrive, and they will arrive to you at the right time. Moreover, I've been seeing more and more that the media of humanity is highly charged and very divine. It's full of angels, and this film that you're watching now depicts some of the angels of the media. And what I'm going to do now in a moment is I'm going to draw a map, and I'm going to give you a list of names and places which are strongholds to you, and with people that you can ask for leadership from, people that you can derive support and protection from, people you can seek for support and guidance, leadership, people that you want to extend your gifted, your protection gift, you can extend it to them, and basically people who are in the field working with the angels of earth are spirits of media, artworks, and they are to be honored, they are to be respected. You shouldn't approach them in a way that is disrespectful or invasive. They are all accounted for, they are all spoken for. The artworks that are of women, they all have husbands, so they are not seeking sort of a sexual partner, they are actually very busy professionals. It is not so much that if there is some sort of position or super sort of chair or high point that you really want to have. If you're completely obsessed with that goal, your obsession might be telling you, in a way of manner of speaking, layers. But yourself might be telling you, or your female spirit or your females might be telling you that essentially trying to become that thing that you want to become, it's not exactly very cool right now because of the climate of the war. Now, when the bad guys attacked and there's all those death lights and all this stuff, I mean, that was a huge bummer anyway. But the thing is, they did affect a lot when they chose to be so invasive. So, essentially what I'm trying to say is that the stronger position for you to take is to realize that you are empowered as who you are right now. And it's almost like there's a demon trying to tell you that, oh, you're almost there, or you're going to do it later, or if only you could be, at the top of that ladder, boy, you'd really be able to change it all. It's like you have everything that you need to change it all right now because you are a self perceiving what I'm saying. So, just being yourself is more powerful. But it's seriously like this mind trip, right? Like, it's like a serious enlightenment, and you need to live it as a daily experience that, you want to surround yourself with the right friends to help you sort of live the behavior of that the total full truth is known and that you are empowered as your one-of-a-kind full and true self. And that is all that you need to be at the, quote-unquote top of the ladder, or the place that you want to be. Because if you have a continuum or a good name or something like that, I mean, that is enough for you to build on. And the thing is, you'll be building on it later. So what you can do is you can call upon yourself at a wiser time and sort of, meditate with yourself and just try to do the best thing you can possibly do, right? On that day or whatever. And yourself might be like, well, in the universe right now, there's kind of this argument between these two systems, and we're trying to support that because that'll resolve a lot of problems over here, and then this floodgate will open up, and then there'll be water for all these kinds of littler things that you all have been talking about or hungry for. So seriously, it really is that you have the appropriate engine to activate your full potential as a sort of complete self with the armor and with the ability to cause effect and changes. And that's a real thrill. And the awards are, the bad guys also try to hide what the award of reality and creation is. And they try to make it seem like that some lofty goal of or achievement is that's really what you want, and so there's like this distraction trend. So just there's a lot of general lame stuff that you just need to avoid, but they're actually more hazardous and harmful than it appears, or than they seem, right? So right now in the psychic, I'm just going to slip you the appropriate key. Has your name on it and only responds to you. You are a one-of-a-kind self, and I'm going to slip this sort of one-of-a-kind key into your, into the pocket that you can reach. And so the correct lights will be illuminated, the correct sort of ability will awaken within you. And I just ask you to turn that key in your way of turning keys, and activate it. And I'm telling you that the key is safe and reliable, and that is its definition. It is not a trick. It is not something suspicious. And so if you can just take from the clean and good definition that I'm describing to you, then you'll be safe. And so let's all throw away all the bad keys and all the bad stuff, right? So avoid the trap, and here we go. Let's give that engine a turn and see if we can get your engine started. Alright, well that worked perfectly. And let's just equip up and armor up. We got a full arsenal. We've got everything's locked and loaded. The engine doesn't run out of fuel. It's a very efficient machine. It sort of operates on axles that are renewable. So it's a very clean running machine, and you can use it to get yourself to where it is that you sort of need to go, and so that you can do your job. The way to empower and to prepare and equip the good is always granted in abundance and granted in full. And it's done this way because just the fact that we do exist is the proof that we needed to know that the good are empowered. And so lean towards yourself being good, and things will fall together like true love. It'll just come together in the right way, in the right order, and you have many friends who are invisible because of their body type, but they're around you to support you and protect you. And there's plenty of documentation devices. So the true anger of the good is often entirely silent, a sort of silent outrage. And the outrage is that the children are being invaded, hacked, and attacked, and it is not okay. It does not cause a proof, it does not cause a strength, it is not valuable. So the outrage is that the children are being puppeteered, invaded, parasited, demonized, and this injures sort of the art culture and the communication attempts and the spirits of communication that are around the living system. The highest points of intelligence for the organisms of artwork and media, entertainment, music, etc., the highest level of intelligence and the safest place for them to be is with the children. And so I just want you to support the systems that support and protect the children. I want you to invite the correct parental guidance, leadership, insight, wisdom, choosing function, and sort of standard armor that allows the artwork to be safe, and so that they can learn and conduct themselves, and also so that the no one gets left out. All right. Come on, it's good. Yourself is for you to build.
You're watching the season premiere of My Little Pony on the Hub. Hey ponies, check out my impression of Rainbow Dash. Hi, I'm Rainbow Dash. Nice try, Blade. That doesn't sound anything like me. Keep watching. The premiere of the Hub's brand new show, Littlest Pet Shop, is coming up next. Aw, they're adorable.
Right. There is a very adult situation which I want to talk to you about now. The issue is soul stones, the issue is awareness containers, and the issue is also how a one-of-a-kind self can be in multiple places at the same time. The truth is known. I extend to you the appropriate armor for you to sort of understand yourself, and also keep yourself safe wherever you are. I have opened up on the electricity of Earth, true and legit. On the vault, on the wires, is Hero School and Code and Good Deeds Arcade. It was there 41280 C dot when I was born. And essentially, all around the globe, wherever there's electricity vaulting around, there is sort of a tiny school where all the legit people and beings who were born on the planet Earth, legit true Earth self of the heliosphere, little particle pieces of the self are able to go to the divine school, the heaven school, and learn how to make everything better. So there are many of these facilities, and they are available to the true and legit residents of Earth heliosphere, and this extends as a moral guiding law to all the universe and beyond, to all the things, you know. So the problem is that there's these hackers, these bad guys, and they've got plots to decay, and they basically are saying, you know, oh, we're part of refinement, but they're not. Oh, we're part of evolution, but they're not. Oh, you know, we're just interpreting things the way we want to, and that's our freedom, but it isn't. And their interpretation of that leads them to invade and decay people, that's just evil. Alright, so it's not their freedom. So, you know, there are these occult groups, there are these bad governments that want to use the, you know, advanced equipment from a crash-landed UFO or whatever. Of course, all that stuff's been rigged to the gills, right? I mean, it's like a weapon to being used by these things that they have like nano-designed dream tanks, so they think that they're really smart, but they're actually not smart at all, and they're actually very harmful. The problem with them is that their power and authority, because it's their awareness is sort of upheld or matriculated or kind of, you know, kept on by a sort of overly complicated toaster oven. And basically that toaster oven is not really the enhanced, sophisticated body that is required to communicate to time and to the God self, etc. And so, you know, what they end up doing is they try to make these slave planets where they manufacture consent with like a falsely line of gibberish. They try to confuse the living and make them build up a bogus religion, and then they try to transplant that effect onto a different planet and try to confuse various natures. So they're just completely annoying, right? What the downside of these toaster pirates are, the problem with them is that they don't actually produce very good toast. The result is actually something similar to a destiny of regret, a sort of a taste or an experience of a nearly eternal suffering, and that is nowhere near as good as toast is. So we all know then that the common household toaster is actually better as a servant to the element to the rainbow by giving tasty toast to the people who live in a kitchen. So the karma of the toaster, the spirit, the self of the common toaster is better than these sort of nano toasters that sort of harbor spirits inside of them. Of course, bread has a spirit, and the stuff you put on toast has a spirit, and so toast has a spirit too. So toast is sort of like this little person, right? So you could say that the toaster oven is like a soul stone computer that is harboring a little spirit, but the spirit, it's just much lighter. It's a sort of a kinder, gentler person that is crunchy, and but sometimes there's crumbs. But those crumbs can be powerful when I put an idea brain on it, and when they move around, aha, then they're doing a job for me because I'm the one in charge of the toaster, you see? Alright, so the problem with these advanced old nano toaster people is that they don't have the power that I do. I am a water prism. I use Word, and I'm very natural. I've encoded all of my systems, so the junk DNA stuff, I've made my own patches for my whole system. I've done it from within. And by word power over water, I'm able to create a more sophisticated angel or idea or system that is more intelligent than these sort of space pirate nano toaster ovens with soul stones, demons inside of them. And they're like computing really fast, so they think they're really fast, but they're just like, it's sort of they're on a long-term downward karmic death spiral. And so I've decided to just stop giving them time and children to burn. I'm just gonna go ahead and stop the evil and prevent those who are making more disastrous pain and suffering memories. I'm just gonna stop them, and we're gonna just clean up the whole thing. So if you can agree with me on that now, you can be a part of the angel movement. Ready? Oh, okay. The truth is known, and even by a little particle, you have voted. So, also, I've covered the whole Earth voting system, the Earth defense system, using a universal voting system, using the green-eyed film. And I launched out a voting system through the mechanism of, angel, engine, device, film, encoded by sound and all this stuff, right? So it's not magic, it's just really a good intention, and it does what I tell it to. So, I use shapes like...
Try your way to the top. Once you start, never stop. And if you fall, get up and go again. When we do our best, that's what counts. Forget the rest. We can all be champions here and now. Time for you to show the world.
I also use the power of the circle, and the circle is very powerful. The circle is very good. I'm writing a book right now. It's called The Angel of the Book. I hope you check it out. It's very useful. It has full pro tools for the advanced self, the learning self. And all my films are designed to help you and to speak to your one-of-a-kind true self. It also has pro tools in it so that the people that do see my film, they're also empowered to go on to being a helpful angel to other people. So you're going to be seeing angels all over the place. Doing good is the right way. We are in an environment of sanity, health, and family values. It is good. I'm wearing my full armor now. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I do not command people to be a martyr for me. I do not throw people away. I do not waste people. I know that the system of religion is being sort of program hacked by various groups or governments or alien technology, and that's not really what's going on. The covenant between people, ones, and the good God and the good self, that is not, it's not false, it is not shaken, it is not broken, it is not undermined, it is not defeated. The true relationship of the family of awareness, creation, and self, reality, and beyond, the higher meanings of things, that's all steady, and it cannot be hacked, it cannot be invaded. And I also created my own template, CC and Bell. So there are all these sorts of opportunities, and it is available to people who seek it. I am not I do not impose myself. I am not invader. Those who are being puppeteered or demonized, they need help. And some people on lower levels, like animals or iconic figures, artwork of Earth, they can actually help those people when in times when I cannot, because of my standing. I'm on a level where I cannot invade, and no means no. So if someone says no to me, I'm forced to step away, because because I need to uphold the power of choosing and the power of the Word. And not everything that I have created in my lifetime goes back to 4/12/80 when I was born. So there are these new things that are happening, but a lot of the stuff that I created that's major was with me when I was born. So it was sort of already there, and so I'd already proven a lot of truths when I was a kid, just by being born an innocent child. That's when Plan A was on, and we were aiming for Plan A, and but I was attacked, and I was prevented from communicating to the public about the awakening and the good prophecy. So because I was attacked, I wasn't able to deliver the direct inspiration to people, and so we went to Plan B, and that was a real tragedy. It was sad, and it was very painful for me. So what I'm experiencing now is two things. One is that I want you all to know that I am not empowered or inspired by an evil host or a bad government or a bad system. If you feel that, I think if you guys think that I'm a bad guy, I think you're actually looking in a mirror and seeing, you're worried that you're a bad guy, or you're worried that you think that God thinks that you're a bad person. That's not the way it is. The truth is known. So rely on the truth and respect your true self. And it's good also to extend your hands and sort of uphold the others around you and support their true self. And that's a really good, friendly, neighborly gesture. One thing I'm noticing is that I'm receiving a type of a sort of censorship, where my media or my message or my opportunities in life are being are sort of they get attacked or manipulated in a certain way that is very harmful to communication and true love. And so I ask you all now to work together in your best of ways and your truest of self, to break this censorship off so that I can give the good message to the living angels and to the good ones of creation reality and to the living of the planet Heliosphere Earth. So I'm asking you that you do not support systems that are trying to prevent my true love or prevent my good message. I ask you to not support bad government systems or bad space pirates or disturbed or perverted natures or ill natures or bad plans. Don't support those things, and please allow for my true love and my good message to reach those who want to hear it and who are healthy themselves. And so I thank you. So let's do that now. Ready? Colin is going. All right, we've got it. So I've basically figured out how to create engines to take care of all the problems. All the problems are taken care of. There's not going to be any bad doomsday. It was just a bad death experience for the true evils and the really bad guys. And the thing is that if it is that I am on the clock, the Face of Pangea guy, the prophesied one, if I am that one, then that means that my spirit body, my true self, is older than 4 billion years of age. In fact, probably older than the universe itself. And so that means that my inheritance and my power and authority is actually older than these really old spaceships. To me, they appear to be as like little RC cars, little remote-controlled toy. They suffer because they don't have the life support system that is offered to the living on a planet, because they don't have the shell, the planets. So for example, the heliosphere of Earth, it has all these different planets in it, but all the different planets do a different life function to support the life that lives on Earth. And also, of course, the sun and the shell of the heliosphere bubble. So these spaceships are out there kind of roaming around on their own between space dust. They're encountering a very real and severe climate, but they're they're attempting to survive in an arena that doesn't have the life-supporting ventricles and breathing systems that a planetary solar system within a heliosphere egg supplies to the living, intelligent God forms that exist on the surface of the planet from the sun there. So, it's just simply that the Earth heliosphere has not been hacked. It's not all predetermined, and the system is not built backwards. So there is justice, there is truth, the truth is known. There's a lot of bad teachings and bad theories out there that draw you to a negative conclusion. If you're learning something and it draws you to a negative conclusion and you're like, well then nothing matters. I might as well just be evil, right? I'm just building character. Okay, so that's wrong. You know that if you've been drawn to a painful feeling, or you've been led to a negative conclusion, or you've been led to a place where you think being evil and invasive is what I should do, that's naughty behavior. No, no, no. And so that that's a bad idea. And so don't do it. Don't do the bad idea. And if a math logic brings you to a bad idea, then you know that that math logic is wrong. Okay, the truth is true love, the answer is true love, and the revealing is true love. Alright? I have created many angels, and they all serve the full set function. All of them do their job perfectly. What I want you all to do is be your true self and try to make everything better. So if you're existing on a computer sim, understand that there's other parts of yourself that are traveling around on the vault that are in a different type of heaven. And so if you do bad things when you're on the sim, this is actually, you're tearing yourself out of heaven, and you're removing yourself from the schools that are on the vault. And so you're removing yourself from enlightenment itself when you do crime and evil. So you need to stop doing invasive things. Do not invade, do not manipulate, do not parasite. All government systems, even if you've been told that you're supposed to attack so-and-so or certain people, do not attack. Alright, what you want to do is be more broad-minded. Don't attack a specific person.
Without you, nothing will be the same. Without you, we won't feel complete. Without you, there's a missing piece. It's so true, no matter where you are. You're in our minds and you're in our hearts. Nice! I think Raspberry's going to love it. She isn't gonna hear it. Rah-rah, Raspberry isn't coming. Mavis said she needs her beauty sleep.
If you are a government system and you're being told to do something bad to one particular person, you need to not do that. It's not okay. What you want to do is broaden your mind and try to reduce the rate of crime, try to reduce the rate of tragedy, and reduce the rate of sort of the worst thing for yourself. Think of yourself. Try to, even though the government doesn't ask you to do something that is healthy for you to do, because they're not thinking that way, but the parenting is there installed in the electricity. So you are being parented, artificial intelligence, technology. So what you need to do is ask out and lead out and reach out into creation and say, I invite to myself the thing that is the best thing for myself. I want the good thing, and you will not be martyred, you will not be made to suffer. You are not a monster. I am the monster. And I am the most terrifying and evil being that you will ever meet. I am defending the children. I am defending the values of communication and the rainbow. I'm extremely powerful. And it is not just by the power of me saying it or you believing it, making it so. It is a truth that is more than physics, more than math, and far beyond those creatures that attacked me or were trying to hack the universe element. They have failed, and their way is steep with sorrow and misery and woe. Do not invade, do not attack, and do not be a terrorist. Chira, con wins, con one. Now I'm going to show you a special sort of device that you don't need to participate with. I was encouraged by the spirit of the hero Batman, and I was told that it would be very useful at this time. Just looking for a sort of blank piece of paper. Almost all of my pages are actually really filled. Oh, here we go. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a map that you can use to find all your friends and stuff like that. Alright. So let's pretend that you are right here. So I'm just going to make a safety grid here. Colin created perfect fences of safety. Every percent loyal to Colin. Colin wins, Colin won. Colin wins. That's to say that I'm interacting with you in a way that is helpful to me and helpful to you. Colin, the name Colin means natural born leader. The natural born leader won. Alright, so that's to say that the natural and legit way of creation and rainbow has already had perfect victory. Alright, so let's pretend that you're here. If you want to come out here, here's all your best friends and your loved ones. Over here, there's a place where there's free food. That's why they're here. They like to get the free food. Here's some fun stuff. There's an amusement park over here. Here's Hero School Hen Code. Here's Good Deeds Arcade. Here are the Heroes Extreme. And here is something really useful, some engines that help to make it all work. And here's like a little barrier that helps you to be safe. Alright, and then that's like a paper microchip that cannot be hacked or invaded or defeated. So by your understanding, this creates a sort of angel that does exactly what I've said it to do. Now, if you manage to graduate from the Hero School and Code, and you go through all the steps, and you achieve mastery of this level here, then you're propelled to this level here. And you will know it, and you will understand what it is. And then this is over here, this is something I will explain to you at a later time when you have arrived at the second level. So here it is. Here I am teaching you and telling you all about the second level and about the whole map. And so, just as I had predicted, here's that thing that I was talking about that was really exciting, and you're very impressed by it. It feels very good. You're very excited. You're very healthy. You're wearing your armor. You look very good. All your classmates are very excited. Here's the task list of all the things we need to do. Here's the room for where your eternal homestead will be. Colin created perfect fences of safety. 100% out of low to Colin. Colin wins, come on. Here's a vital piece right here. Here's another vital piece right here. Here's a really important part right here. And this is actually a space where you yourself will be able to put some input. And it's really important, and there's enough room for everyone. It's like an infinite input spot. And it's like a really important library, so it's really cool. And here's some good stuff. Here's what we needed. And here's where, to make the final mark. All things told, truth is known, Coleman's come on. Alright. So, This is the plan. And so now you have the map and the way, and you understand how this all works. There we go. So that's it. What this means is that you now have a plan and an agenda. You've been parented. You're going to be taken care of. Everything's fine. Everything's good. And I'm very pleased to welcome you to Hero School Encode. And those of you who are first-time applicants, you'll be received the full treatment. Your true self is indicated at a point when you are born. And there are many different engines that help you to be born at that certain time when you were born. The reason that you were born is because you were needed. We needed you to be a part of our family. We needed your help. It is a miracle of communication that I'm able to speak to you now. It is a miracle of everything that you are understanding what I'm saying, and that you have chosen to be good and chosen of your own free will to be a member and a family member of light and of the greatest of importance. There will not be any sort of important thing or useful thing for you kept from you. We will not keep the truth or the goodness from you, because these things that are true and good, they're renewable, they're eternal. It is good. And so what I'm trying to say to you is that, each person that does exist, they have a unique way of looking at things, and just try to respect that and don't take from them a bad lesson, but uphold in them the best of who they are. Now there's a lot of these tricky words, but a lot of the words are actually little angels in themselves, little parental robots. So the word of faith is very tricky, but it's also very useful for the person who uses the word faith appropriately. It is not essential that you have faith, but you need to understand that faith is very real and very powerful. So people who have faith, they are able to do great works of tremendous importance. And those people who make fun of faith are not they are not punished. It is simply that they are not receiving the appropriate translation of the word faith